Hey ladies, guess what? We are bleaching closure knots today. Long awaited video. I've always wanted to do it. So today I will be showing you how to bleach the knots on your closure. So I'm going to have two examples. One is successful knot bleaching and one is a not so successful knot bleaching. So I'm going to head and show you an example of closures. This is one of our Brazilian straight closures with our middle part. Lovely, beautiful closure. Now the problem with the closures and not bleaching it is that you will see these tiny little knots or these tiny little black spots when you have your closure, and if somebody's up close they can see that. So what the knots actually are is when the person is actually constructing or making a closure, what they have to do is they have to loop around the hair on the lace and then make a knot so that it secures the hair from coming loose. So that is where the knots actually come from, if you did not know what knots were and the purpose of actually bleaching them. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. This is what it looks like. Closure's looking really good, but we want to get rid of those knots. So today, these are the products I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using Shimmer Light. Shimmer Lights is something that is great for if you make an error on your closure. I'm going to put that to the side just in case. I'm going to be using pre-treatment spray. I spray the hair and the back of the closure with it. We're going to be using lightening powder, a measuring cup. We'll be using gloves, a must, a brush, plastic bowl, and of course developer. I'm going to be using 20 developer here. I know it's such a large container. I go through so much developer, it's not even funny. So I'm going to go ahead and start mixing out our product here. So I'm going to be using the Ion lightening powder. I'm going to go ahead and use 1 scoop. The scoop is the scoop that was given in the container when you buy the product. Now the idea is that you're supposed to use equal parts. A ratio of powder lightener to developer is supposed to be 1:1. So 1 equal part of powder, 1 equal part of developer. Today I will be using a ratio of 1 to 1.5. So I've gone ahead and add my developer to the bleach powder or the lightening powder. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to give it a very good stir. Make sure you get everything on the sides, down at the bottom, and mix it very well. I usually like to mix it and then let it sit for about a minute or two. And I will go over after mixing with the spatula with the brush to get everything off of the sides and everything from the bottom, which you can see that I'm doing here. So let's get started. One thing I'm going to be using is foil. You can use professional foil, you can use the foil you have at home. It's not really a big deal, okay? So we're going to start off by spraying the back of the lace with the pre-treatment and also the roots of the hair, just to protect it from the lightener, okay? So the mixture of lightening powder and developer, I made sure that I did not make it too liquidy or watery, if that's the correct term. I made sure that I made it thick enough that it does not seep through the lace and go on to more than the roots of the hair. So as you can see, it's pretty thick. I'm putting it on, making sure to kind of press down a little bit, so much so that it's not going to seep on again more than the roots of the hair, because you don't want it too bleached out. So this is what it would look like up close. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more on there just to make sure everything is going to be bleached correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and cover that with the foil, and I'm going to start working on the second closure. So here it is up close. Again, you see that I'm applying the bleach onto the lace, and while I'm doing that, I'm pushing it down slightly so that again we'll get the knots and tiny bit of the roots of the hair. So now that's finished, I've actually now washed out the mixture from the hair and the hair is dry. This is what it looks like. This is the first closure. So what I did was I left this closure with the lightening powder developer mix for approximately 7 to 10 minutes, and it turned out perfectly. There's no brassiness to it, nothing. It looks pretty good and looks pretty natural, okay? However, the second one I left for a little bit more than 10 minutes, and can you not see the brassiness coming off of that closure? So in order to fix that, I'm going to be using the shimmer lights that I had shown earlier. Here it is again. You can get this at Sally Beauty or any beauty supply store that's in your area. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the shampoo directly onto the back of the lace, and making sure that I push it through so that it does get the roots that also look brassy, as you can see there. I'm going to leave this on for approximately 30 to 45 minutes just to let it marinate. Okay, so I washed out the closure and this is what it looks like. Voila! Not so brassy anymore. This stuff really does work, and I'm glad that I did this video. By doing this video, I've now showed you a successful knot bleaching and an unsuccessful knot bleaching, and what it will look like for those that may try this on their own. Now, as I said, with the shimmer lights, it turned out pretty good. I'm really happy with what it looks like now. There's still a little bit of a tint to it, but it's not so brassy as it was before. So I'm going to show you some pictures that I took of the closure, and mind you, there's a flash on here, so it turned out pretty good. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and don't forget to check out our new channel, which is called The Life of Candy. Thanks for watching, ladies, and always make sure to come back. We have a lot of useful information for you, and we love having you. Bye now.